Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother Canada Season 9. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are joining me here live for this late night Big Brother chat, make sure you smash that like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. That's what we're doing tonight. So it is Sunday night. I have your Big Brother live feed spoilers and updates for today, Sunday, March 7th. But for a lot of you, depending on where you are, if you're not in the Pacific Standard Time Zone, it's Monday. But for me, it's still Sunday. So technically, I'm okay. Like, I'm still doing the live feeds on the correct day. Yes. Hello to everyone joining. Feel free to leave your comments. I love hearing from you guys what you're thinking about this season. If you want to support the channel, a great way to do it is by just simply following me on social media. If you can follow me at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram, TikTok, and the Twitter, that would be awesome. And if you can, super chat here on YouTube is awesome. And there are links in the description, PayPal, Patreon, all that fun stuff, what all the YouTubers have. So hello, hello, hello. Good morning to some, good evening to others. We are here. Caroline, thank you for tagging me in how to pronounce. So I'm still going to practice, but it was a great TikTok that Caroline tagged me in about how to say Newfoundland. So it's like understand Newfoundland. So I think I'm saying it right now, Newfoundland, right? Understand Newfoundland. All right. Well, it's a work in progress, you guys, but I'm definitely trying because I still very much like the Tina. And I want to go and I want to meet Sherry. Also, happy 21st anniversary to Sherry and Tina. Today is their 21st anniversary as a couple. She calls her partner, so I'm not sure if they're married or if they're, a couple who's not married. I don't know. But no matter what, 21 years is a long time. Thank you. Much better. You got this. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. My thick Midwestern tongue, it's tough for me. You guys, I did something kind of fun tonight. So when we go through our live feeds and spoilers for this live probably won't be too long because it is late and I do have to work in the morning. But I made some slides. I don't know why. I just did. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoy my slides. We're going to go over by house guest. And then if there's other things you guys have questions about or you want me to talk about, let me know in the live chat and I will try my best to reply to everybody. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and these are very basic little sliders because I'm just a geek. Natalie says, what do you think of Beth and Ty showmance? Whoa. Well, we'll get to the Beth slide, but basically Beth is saying she's just doing a flirtmance at this point with both Ty and Jed. But tonight when they went to sleep, Beth and Ty were Cuddle City Township. Yes, they were full on cuddling. But according to Beth, she was talking to the camps today. She was saying that she's just keeping them both close. So she's going to flirt with Jed during the day and then Ty at night. So we'll see how it works out because I heard Ty snores and I don't think Jed snores. So we'll see, because they were commenting a lot on who snores, who doesn't snore. And I felt personally attacked because sometimes I snort myself awake. I can't help it. I've had multiple nose surgeries and a deviated septum. But sometimes I'm very quiet and a cute sleeper. I know us women, we're supposed to be such cute little sleepers. But sometimes I snort so loud that I wake myself up and my husband and my cat. So, but that's sexy too, That's sexy too. We're in a panakuchen at work and they said a pan of what? Angelica, I love that you said that you're in a panakuchen at work and that it's a panakuchen. Yeah, it's more fun than saying a pandemic. I always want to just say a panakuchen or a panorama. That's it. So is the ballroom open? The ballroom is in fact open. They left some clues in the hot tub today. And I believe they've been finding balls around the house. And so Jed found the balls. And it's already, like I talked about yesterday, been speculated that this ball pit exists. And they're like, it's probably a ball pit. And I'm like, how do these people know it's a ball pit? Well, I guess they just put it together from finding ball pit balls around the house. So they did open it up and it actually looked really fun. But it's one of those things that's going to be fun maybe 2 days max. Then after that, it's going to be yucky and dirty and germy. And someone's probably going to make a ball pit baby. Yeah, I think I started the rumor 3 days ago now that Kyle and Beth made a ball pit baby, but maybe now it'll be Ty and Beth will make the ball pit baby. As for have-nots, we don't know yet. Right now, everyone is a have-not in the house, technically, food-wise, because they're just eating PB&Js and slop. The only person that can eat regular is the HOH, which is Austin. She gets treats and all kinds, and she was making turkey meat because she was just making a little mix for her lettuce wrap. She's like, I just like lettuce wraps. They're really good. They're like really good. It's like so random, but like I grew up listening to Macy Gray and Britney Spears. Like I know that's like so random. It's actually not that random. And I just like turkey and chicken. I don't really eat a lot of red meat. And Braden's like, oh my God, me neither. We're besties. They have the cutest friendship. They love each other. They're definitely final two. The door has ball pit balls on it. No, I don't know if the door does, but every time they open the door, there's like little steps to get in and get out, and the balls sometimes leak out. So that's going to get old for the house guests. So they're going to constantly be putting balls back in the ball pit room. But they had some fun in there. I'll show you guys some pictures. And they were jumping around, and we'll get to more and more and more of that. So yeah, as far as who's in the have-not room as of yet, nobody. No one. So that will happen, I believe, after this next HOH competition on Thursday. Right? They do theirs on Thursday. I try to remember if it's the same as BBUS. So after the HOH competition, then they'll name the have-nots. Okay, so here we go. The first slide here, the most powerful alliance, like I talked about yesterday, in the Big Brother house. And I just wanted to make visuals because I know a lot of people appreciate visuals. I know I do, because it's hard to keep, when we're only 9 days, well, technically now I think 10 days, if it's Monday for a lot of you, into the Big Brother house. And it's hard to remember everyone's name and who's working with who and what, this and the other. So the biggest alliance in the house is the 6-person alliance that's constantly being spoken about, which by them, the Sunsetters. And that alliance consists of Latoya, Jed, Ty, Kiefer, Tina, and Beth. So I put their little pictures there for you guys to see. Do I think Jed likes Toya? Yeah, I think Jed would totally go for Toya if Toya was down with it. And we'll see. It's a long season ahead of us, okay? Natoya says she won't do a showmance, but you say that. We've heard that from a lot of house guests in the past, so we'll see if that's actually the case. Hello, K-Pop International. Good afternoon. Greetings from the Philippines. I'm currently working right now and listening to your breakdown as always. Go Team Josh. Yes, go Team Josh. Josh has been the subject of everyone's conversations on the live feeds. They just won't shut up about Josh. And I'll tell you some recent rumors and things that are going around, but I'm just going to scroll through the slides and show you guys here. Okay, so the first person in the slide, I just broke it down by house guest, Austin. What you need to know today. So these are important things that you need to know. Some more important than others. She's the only one in the house not on slop and PB&J, so she can eat treats. Like I said, she was making her little salad wraps, her little turkey burger wraps, and everyone's like, oh my God, you got garlic? Oh, I'm so jealous. She wants to volunteer as a have-not next week. She thinks that might be good for her game. That actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because everyone is very much complaining about peanut butter and jelly. I've never seen people complain so much about peanut butter and jelly. I guess I have back in BB6, back when Janelle won the PB&J pass. I love PB&Js. I had my husband make me a peanut butter and jelly and chocolate cake for my birthday in February. But I'm sure you could get sick of it. But I still think PB&Js would be better than slop. But maybe that's just me. But some of them cannot do it. Like, cannot do the PB&J. And are having a really rough time. Her number one ally is Braden, and they're inseparable. They're not hiding it at all. Everyone is lumping them together, and some people are trying to nab them up for their alliances, and we'll get to that in other slides. Only eats chicken and turkey, red meat. Ew. I just don't eat a lot of red meat. I thought that was interesting for her game. I don't know. It's not. She loves Harry Styles. On her playlist that she got for HOH, she put a lot of Harry Styles. She also said she liked Macy Gray and Britney Spears, and it's so random. Everything is random. When you're 23, everything is so random, and it's not. And then is going to get a 9 and maybe an I tattooed on her for BB9. That's what she's talking about. They were talking a lot about tattoos today on the live feeds, and Kiefer has a lot of tattoos, and Ty has tattoos, and Austin has like 3. She has a really sweet one. I think it was like her grandpa's name with his signature. And I wish I would have got something like that of my grandparents because I miss them every day. I actually like Josh too. This is a Josh support channel. So if there's Josh hate here, that's fine because you can like who you like. But we're going to say we support Josh because Josh is definitely bothering these house guests. And I don't necessarily get it. Yes, I don't get it either, Jolie. I do not get it. What's up with the Big Brother obsessions? I don't know. I don't really know what that question means. So elaborate, please, Natalie. Sorry, it might be too late. A lot of people do hate peanut butter. So Carolyn says, I hate peanut butter, so I die, but I love jam. A lot of them are saying, I know Beth is saying, if I just had butter, I'd be fine. I could have bread and butter. And I like a bread butter, like a toast with butter and then jam on top of it. That's my jam. Totally. K-Pop International says, I can live with bread and peanut butter, although not a fan, and I am on a diet. I would do that rather than slop. Yeah, I would do that way rather than slop. And actually, Josh is a whole mood. He literally is the 90s reincarnated. Like he's early 2000s emo, mid 2000s emo. He's 90s. He's the Canadian Kurt Cobain. He's just feeling things. He is giving us a lot of entertainment on the feeds, but some people, they're not seeing it. They don't appreciate it. Okay, then we got Tara. We got little Tara here, little Mina Savari, the little mom who's just always picking up something. Does anyone know whose this is? This is a plate. It's been out for 6 seconds and no one has put anything on it. Is it what we normally do here? Not at Tara's house. So Tara's very bored. She's just cleaning everything and she's just, she's got her leopard pants on and her toque, right? Is that's how I say it? Like toque, her toques. And she's really trying to fit in. She's like, I feel so old. And I'm like, Tara, you're 37. Calm down. Okay. So Tara, even though she's only 37, she didn't know what a thirst trap was. Maybe I just spend too much time on TikTok and I YouTube a lot and I YouTube with younger YouTubers. But I'm like, how do you not know what a thirst trap is? Because they were talking about Jed. A lot of them think, wow, Jed is TikTok famous because apparently he has 150,000 followers. And Kiefer or somebody was trying to explain to her that it's because he posts thirst traps. And she was like, what's a thirst trap? And I'm like, oh my God, Tara, are you that thirsty that you're pretending you don't know what a thirst trap is? And she didn't know. So he had to explain it to her that he's just dropping a lot of like shirtless, like up his body shots. And then, the ladies and the gentlemen follow. And that's that about that. I haven't checked out his TikTok. I probably should. I mean, if it's that thirsty, I get parched from time to time. Auntie Jolene gets a little parched. But I have a little Fiji water. Okay. So they were explaining to her what a thirst trap is. And I'm just thinking, I'm 41. I know what that is. You're only 37. Like 37 is just a baby. She talked about disliking Christmas because she has to do all the work. She has to buy all the presents. She has to put the tree up. Her husband, she's just like, she was really having a marital therapy session with the younger people. And they're like, oh God, this is weird. So like when you get older, you like get like bitter and you don't want to celebrate and put a tree up. She's like, no, I like decorating. It's just, I have to do everything. I have to buy my husband's presents, my kids' presents. Then you have to put their Barbie stuff together. And then I think Austin and Brayden were like, oh my God, I love Barbie. Like Barbie's the greatest. Like she's so great, right? Like, oh my God, I love her too. Oh my God, I love you. No, I love you. And Tara was just complaining. But I think probably a lot of parents feel that way about Christmas. You do a lot of work and probably a lot of moms feel that way. So I thought it was just funny how she was just like, ugh, Christmas. But yet Christmas from BB22 is her favorite Big Brother player. So I'm going to take that to mean she wasn't speaking of the holiday. She finally realized the error in her way and is like, I hate Christmas, the Big Brother player. Because that makes a lot more sense. Oh, Natalie's saying, why are they always obsessed with somebody? I talked about it on last night's live. I really think this is, the social experiment of Big Brother. What has happened through the years, I don't know if this was as prevalent in the older seasons, but it's definitely in the newer seasons where they have to vilify their targets. They can't just put people on the block. They can't just play the game. It's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be played, which is everybody's going to go home. Today might be your day. I feel a little bad, but they feel as though they have to vilify that person and make them the enemy so it's easier for them to send them home. And it is an interesting way to play the game. I don't necessarily love it because then you always have these people that, on BB21, for example, they're obsessed with Kemi. Oh my God, they wouldn't shut up about Kemi, and Kemi didn't do anything. Remember when she put her water bottle or her shaker in the fridge and Aqua Douche came up to her and was like, Kemi. They wouldn't stop talking about Kemi. Baby Bangs, aka Nick, aka Gross. He was always saying awful things about Kemi, and it just makes us as fans stand them harder because we hate to see people left out and people talked bad about like that. That kind of group mentality, that group think that like, yeah, I hate him too. It gives them something to have in common, unfortunately, and then they just roll with it. She doesn't really feel like she fits in, Tara. She said this quite a few times now. And she's attempting to make an alliance with Tina, Austin, and Brayden. She's also attempting to work with Kyle and Rohan, and they've talked about trying to bring in maybe Victoria and Latoya. But they do realize that Latoya's probably with Ty and Jed, but they thought, well, we'll just kind of keep her close. But she wants a 4-way with herself, Tina, Kyle, and Rohan, because some other groups are seeing that there is a force to be reckoned with in that house. But unfortunately, they're asking a lot of the people who are already in that 6 to be in their new alliances. So it's kind of a mess when it comes to alliances. Thank you, Morris. And thank you for joining me on Twitch. Okay. So she's constantly picking up around the house. We talked about that. She's like, oh my gosh, is this someone's hairband? Why is there a hairband? It's like, does someone have hair in this house? Oh, it's mine. Sorry. Oh, it's a scrunchie. Oh my God. I forgot. What's a scrunchie? she's just kind of out of the loop, and she talks a lot. And she's one of those people that when you talk to her, I've noticed, there's quite a few people in the house like this. I caught Brayden doing it a little bit. If someone's taking a little more time to tell a story and they don't finish it, they'll go, yeah, like that, because it's a good idea. They'll try to anticipate what the person's going to say, and then the person will go, no, I was going to say it's a bad idea. Oh yeah, because you hate it. Well, no, not because I hate it, just because it didn't fit or something. You know what I mean? Like they're always trying to anticipate. So she'll finish people's sentences, or she'll just start talking while someone else is still talking. So she is working with Rohan, like I said, Stu, which is what everyone calls Kyle now, I guess, because he looks like a stew. And Tina, hoping to add maybe Victoria, like I said, and Latoya to that alliance for another 6. But Latoya's already in the other 6. And so is Tina. So it might be a problem. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing a little bit. But she sees that they might be playing both sides. They're scrambling. They're scrambling and gambling. Then we have Victoria, and Victoria is like the best thing to happen to this damn show. She's upbeat. She's happy. She is a free spirit. She's just lovely. She laughs a lot. She told the Big Brother camera, she's like, I don't want to ever go home. I never want to leave the Big Brother house. She's really happy to be there. She's nice to mostly everybody. She doesn't really like Josh, but I don't see her outwardly really picking on him. But if I'm missing something, let me know. Yeah. So I just wrote, she's amazing. She wants a Final 4 alliance. Like I said yesterday, she approached Latoya and Jed while they were talking, and she's like, hi, okay, so I know you guys are like talking, and you're probably talking game, which is like so exciting because we're in the Big Brother house. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Oh, pink hair, 2 barrettes. Okay, so I was hoping that I could work with Latoya, you, and Jed and Ty, and I think you guys are like amazing, and you're perfect and wonderful and like super strong, and it'd be great if we could have like a Final 4 and we would just like devour the house. It would be like so cool. Cool. Do you guys have roller skates? I love roller skates. Roller skates is like the best thing to do, but I'll do rollerblades too. I'm like open to so many things. And Latoya is just like, cool. Yeah, we'll think about it. And since then, Victoria is seeing that Latoya's kind of icing her out. You know, she'll come into rooms that Victoria's in and she'll say, oh, I need to talk to this person, and won't include Victoria. Because I don't think Latoya trusts Victoria. I mean, she said that multiple times. So I don't think they're going to make that work. Which is unfortunate, because that would be an awesome Final Four. I would be down for that Final Four, but I don't know if it's going to work. So now Victoria was telling Kyle, which I think Victoria, the thing that might get her in this game is she does talk a lot and she shares a lot. And I think she shares with people who don't deserve her sharing. For example, Kyle. She was sharing with Kyle that if she wins HOH, because there's a lot of speculating going on, who would you put up if you win HOH? And whoever asked that question, always turn it back around on them and be like, oh my gosh, who would you put up? And if they don't answer, then you don't answer either. And that should be everyone's thing going forward. If anyone asks you, like, so if you won, who would you put up? You're like, oh my God, I have to think for a second. Who would you put up? And if they're like, I have to think for a second, just keep thinking and don't ever tell them, but she's so sweet and she likes to share that she told him that she would put Latoya on the block. She said someone else, but I couldn't really hear because her mic was kind of messed up at the time on the feeds. But she just feels like Latoya is very dismissive of her. But she did want that Final Four alliance. Yeah, Latoya. Hi, Jess. Latoya is not feeling Victoria. She says she talks too much. She does. I mean, Latoya is not wrong, but I wish they would work together. I think it would be so amazing having an alliance where people are bringing different attributes to the alliance, which is ultimately kind of what works best in alliances, as long as, you know, one person's attribute isn't also their deficit and the deficit of the entire alliance. Thank you, Hype Man Husband Chow, for the support, the visuals. I feel like I'm giving a presentation at work. But if my work was just covering Big Brother, that would be a dream. That would be a damn dream. So, Victoria kind of struggling a little bit with finding her place, but she's definitely, you know, Austin Braden. She's got open conversations there. She has open conversations with a lot of people. And like I said, Rohan and Kyle and Tara are, you know, have brought her name up and bringing her into some kind of sixth thing. So she's not sitting badly at all. All right, Kyle, what you need to know. He loves dudes in the game. Oh my God. If there's a dude, Kyle wants to work with them. I should say, if there's a cis, straight dude who wants to work, let's go. Let's go. He wants to work with them. He essentially wants a Pretty Boys 2.0, just what Josh was saying. He basically had a conversation with Jed outside today, and he wants Tyrone, Jed, and himself. He thinks that'd be just like a bomb Final Four, you know, and wants them to go far. And he said he wouldn't put Jed up, and he told if he won HOH. So he really likes guys. He especially likes Ro. He likes Ro a lot. Ro's his bestie for the restie. It's his person in the house. Ro loves Kyle, aka Stu. But Kyle he's a lurker. Like I put down here, his strategy is observer and lurker. So he asks a couple questions, but he sits back and he watches and he observes. And Latoya has picked that up about Kyle, that he does this. So Kyle can be someone who is very dangerous in this game with that kind of strategy because he's seeing a lot. And so far, he hasn't done anything problematic because we thought, okay, you know, Mike Kyle, and the fact that he replaced Ethan, we're kind of doing, I was going to make a countdown to when Kyle does a problematic thing, because I think a lot of us are just, when the show started, we were just waiting because this is what we're used to in Big Brother, them casting problematic Kyle. So far, I haven't really heard him say anything problematic. So that's almost 10 days, you guys. Well, no, the feeds haven't been on that long. I take that back. It's not that impressive. So note the sarcasm, please. I wouldn't think that was impressive. Also, he loves Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Andy Samberg. That's pretty obvious. I just look at him and I would think he likes Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Andy Samberg. Probably his hero. It's probably seen Palm Springs a bunch. And I watched Palm Springs and it was actually really good. I liked that movie. Way to go, Andy Samberg. But he was like, he quotes Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He loves it. He loves it. It's great. Also, I talked about it yesterday. Everyone was very hard on Josh because apparently when Josh is telling a story, he yawns because they're in bed and apparently he yawns. And I tweeted out, like I told you guys, maybe he's tired from running through your minds and your thoughts of every house guest all day and all night. Maybe he's sleepy. Maybe he's a little tired. He's, like I said, he's 90s grunge, alt rock. Like he's tired. He's just like thinking like everything is heavy. He's very waif, but it's heavy. You know what I mean? His heart, it's raining in his soul. Okay, give him a minute. But they all want to hate on him for being this yawner where he just yawns during story time. But the real yawner is Kyle, is Stu. If you guys watch the live feeds, you know what I'm talking about. Stu, Kyle, he yawns all the time. And I think his yawning is his sign that he's lying or he's kind of disinterested and feeling things out. Because he'll be saying like, yeah, who are you going to put up on I don't know who I'm going to put up on the block, And then, I think Victoria was talking to him like, yeah, we can maybe work together. They were kind of like feeling each other out. He's like, oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't really have anybody I work with. And he does it so much. Watch the feeds now and you will see he's the real yawner, but no one's calling out Kyle on his yawning, just Josh. It's very, very strange. Yeah, so far, Kyle seems chill, not overbearing. I agree. Kyle does not give anything up, Lynn. He keeps it straight. He keeps it to him, which could make for a really good Big Brother player. If he's not problematic, if he's not cocky, and he's not giving up a lot of information, he could go very far. So yeah, I just lied and I wasn't talking, just yawning, LOL. But I found in my experience, you guys, that a lot of liars yawn a lot. That's just what they do, It's just, a lot of cheating men just, I was out. I don't remember. Let's just go to bed. They always just want to go to bed. And you're like, but where were you? You know what I'm talking about. Just really healthy relationships. Okay. Tina, a.k.a. Blue Line. Look at Tina with her dudes. Oh my gosh. Tina again, her and Sherry, happy 21st anniversary. That's beautiful. So she feels on the bottom of the 6 of the Sunsetters, and she's not happy about it. Her and Latoya had quite a few conversations today. They're very close. She and Latoya, very close. And Tina was not down with what happened today. So what happened today is most likely with Austin being HOH and Kiefer won the POV, what was going to happen is Rohan is going to go up. Ro's going to go up as the replacement nom, and the POV ceremony is tomorrow. Everyone is just going to vote Josh out. So it'll be Josh versus Ro. But then some wheels started turning, and there was going to be a flip. So the 6 were contemplating, some of the 6, I should say, were contemplating flipping the house to vote Ro out rather than Josh. And I think that's genius. At this point, Josh is on an island all his own. He's willing to work with people. I don't know why Austin didn't snatch him up and, get promises, get deals working, get stuff, working in her favor. I kind of feel like Austin's HOH is a little bit of a waste, especially if Josh goes. So you basically won power just to get blood on your hands from putting Kiefer up and him taking himself off, only to then, when you were probably just going to let Josh go anyways, even though you did say you wanted Kiefer, but the house votes, you don't get to vote, and they were probably just going to vote Josh out, who everyone just wanted. And then you had to put up a replacement nom. I mean, I personally would work to get that replacement nom out because I wouldn't want Ro and Kiefer coming back in the game, me having put them up, and neither of them have said they're gonna, work deals with her like Josh did. So I feel like her HOH unfortunately is a little bit of a waste, not taking out like a big player, because Josh is not a big player at this time. He's entertaining. He's fun. He does think somewhat strategically, but taking him out and just doing the house's dirty work isn't the way you want to spend your HOH. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Jess, when Jess won the HOH, she didn't waste her time taking out nobody. She put the 2 dickheads on the block. Jerks and an aqua douche. That's how you do it. You do something that's going to help your game, and going to mix shit up. Because getting rid of one of those powerful dudes who keep winning comps and being dickheads, that's the way you play Big Brother. Not, I know it's the second technically week. It's still just, I just wish Austin would do a little more. Okay, Latoya is not feeling him either. She just told Beth she wants to keep Rohan so she can put both Kyle and Rohan on. Yeah, everybody wants, there was talk that they were going to have this flip, and it got really exciting. And Kiefer was doing actually a good job of pitching this to Toya, where he was like, well, we know that Kyle, aka Stu, and Ro have something going on, and they're strong dudes, 2 of the strong alphas, even though they haven't won anything. And they would probably put you up, like, there. So he made it as though this would be he actually said, like, this would be a game move to protect you, to get rid of Ro. And she was like, okay. It took a while, but I feel like she was kind of on board. Then she talked to Tina, and then it just, the more she thought about it, she was like, no, Josh is actually a threat, because in this POV, if he would have started the comp on time, because I guess he started it on Josh time, because he's just Joshing it. He was like, oh, I'm going to start the POV in 21 minutes. That's what everyone's been saying. He started it like at 21 minutes or 27 minutes, and he just stared at the balls and the wheelbarrow or whatever was needed in this POV competition. He just stared at it because he just Joshed it, but I guess if he wouldn't have done that, he would have beat everybody, including Kiefer. So, and they're worried. Latoya's worried about Josh because she thinks you can't rein him in. And she just doesn't trust that he'll do what they want, or they'll be able to work with him. But I think Latoya's main reason that she keeps bringing him back up is she doesn't like him. And she doesn't want to live with him. And she doesn't want him boasting around the house that he saved himself twice. Again, that's not the best way to play Big Brother either, because that's a personal reason. Like, sure, he's annoying, but just stay away. You guys have all been staying away. Some people can talk to him, but if you, Latoya, feel very much that you don't like him, just stay. It'll be better for your game in the long run, believe me, to take out Ro than it will be Josh at this point. And maybe I'm saying that because as a live feeder and as a fan, I want Josh to stay, and Ro doesn't really bring anything to the game as of yet, and Josh is willing to burn it all down. So, but I do think that if he got with the right group, I think he would be somewhat loyal. I really do. I think he would burn down. Like, I would utilize him to burn down the other side, the other people. And if that blew up in my face, I guess it blew up in my face. We can always vote him out. But at this time, to get rid of him, it just doesn't make much sense. Do you think the flip will be successful? Listen, Big Brother weeks are long. And even the fact that they were contemplating this, it could come back. You never know what Rohan will say. You never know what'll happen, what'll get back to who, and who will turn this, that, and the other. But as of now, it doesn't look good because Tina was not on board. Beth was just kind of like, sure, whatever, cool, awesome, great. Do you have anything on your foot that I can play with? She didn't. She was like, awesome, whatever. And I feel as though Ty and Jed, I don't know if Jed could, but Ty could be talked into it. But Tina was, no, she doesn't think it's a good idea. They also, Latoya and Tina both want a normal week, they said, because the first week there was a flip and it was so chaotic. And they feel as though if they do this flip, the 6 will be outed. But you guys, let's be honest, it's only a matter of time before the 6 is outed. They are not keeping it they think they're keeping it under wraps very well, but they're not. Every room they're in, and the minute the person leaves, they start talking loudly. It's like Cliff Notes from BB21. It's like the door is closed, but it's not that thick of a door, And then, can you give us a minute? Well, clearly, Latoya, Ty, and Jed keep saying, how do people know we're working together? I don't know, because you're always meeting. and telling people to leave the room, that could be how they know. So yeah, I don't know if the flip will be successful, but Tina's definitely against it. She's like, I don't want to do that. That's not how Tina talks. She talks in a much more adorable way, but I just love her little sayings and her accent. And but she was mad because, so it was just talked about in the alliance, but Beth, I guess, went up to Tina and told her like it was the word of the Lord. She was like, guess what? Thanks be to God. Josh is staying. Rose going, bye, I'm going to go dance. I'm so quirky. And then Tina's like, excuse me. And she was talking to Latoya and she's like, Beth just got to this alliance. She was asked last. Like, she's bottom of the barrel and I'm not lower than Beth. Okay. Nobody's lower than Beth. No one on every season of Big Brother, nobody wants to be lower than the Beth or the Holly Beth, if you will. So Tina was mad. She was really mad. She was big mad. She was just like, I feel like I'm the lowest on our, totem pole of an alliance. And I'm not for that. Okay. I didn't get a fresh perm, come in here with my Newfoundland, gear, be all awesome for you guys to shit on old Tina Blue Line, no. So Tina was not having it. So she doesn't want to vote Ro out this week. She also likes Ro. Her and Ro play pool together. Tina and Ro today were playing pool in the game room and they discovered 2 nails on the floor sticking up because, when they use that room for competitions and stuff like that, or whatever. I mean, yeah, these are for comps, right? I think so. I'm confusing BBUS and Canada sometimes, but there were 2 nails sticking up. She's like, oh, that's a bad one there. And Ro's like, oh, we better tell production. Yeah, we got 2 nails. Tina's like, yeah, we better report that. That'll really take someone's foot out, especially if they're barefoot. So what I'm saying is not all heroes wear capes. Some wear perms and delightful shirts with Newfoundland sayings on them. Okay. And that's Tina because she saved some people's feet by reporting that. So thank you for your service, Tina. You're wonderful. Blue Line. So yeah, so she's not extremely happy about the position she's in her alliance, which, is always fun to see rifts in any of the power because it's just more fun to watch. All right, then we have Josh, who's on the block. Let's see what Giggly Robot is saying. Giggly is saying, I get nervous if Josh does stay. He'll fall in the wrong people just because he's happy to stay. That could be too. Jolie says, Latoya was saying, why do people think we're working together? We're never together, but I think she's always with Jed. She's with Tina a lot. Latoya had said she was going to go hang out with Braden more, and she did for like a little bit. But I think, in that house, you like who you like. And it's hard to not stay around the people. You have so many hours in a day of just sitting around that you like. So yeah, does anyone not know about the 6? Exactly. I mean, that's why these other factions of the house, these other smaller groups are trying to pull together their own thing. Unfortunately, they're asking some of the people that are in the 6. I think not everyone knows that Kiefer's in it. And so they're asking Kiefer and then Tina. So I don't know if they know it's a 6, but they know it's something. So yeah. All right. So Josh on the block. Here's Josh in the ball pit. He was loving it. Okay. He had as much fun as you can have being the Canadian Kurt Cobain. What you need to know, he's currently public enemy number 1 in the house. They won't shut up about him. He wants to have chickens one day. We talked about that yesterday. He wants automatic cars to be a thing so he can live out in the country with the guy of his dreams, have some dogs, raise some chickens. And then if he has to work in the city, guess what? He'll get in his automatic car that'll drive him there, his self-driving car, and then he'll just play video games. Sounds like the perfect life. Josh, I love it. Now here's something that is quite disturbing. Jed accused him, now not to his face, while Jed and Ty and who else? Latoya, I don't know who else was there, but he shared with them that he believes that last night in the bedroom, an hour before they were to wake up, that Josh was pleasuring himself in the bed he shares with Kiefer. Now, just to jump ahead, I'll have to jump ahead to Jed's slide because he explains it here. He says he heard stroking and moaning loudly an hour before they had to wake up. He said Josh was jacking it while in bed with Kiefer. All lights were out. And his exact quote was, "For a second, I was like, is Braden over there?" Because, Braden was there when he was telling the story. Braden's like, and it's like, and then the feed's cut. But he had a lot of time to say that he believed that Josh was masturbating and making noises in the bed that he shares with Kiefer. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I didn't. Obviously, we don't watch them sleep like we do the US, really. So I don't know. But according to Jed, Josh was jacking it. Having a single party, having a party by himself, just getting the pleasure palm going, just spanking his sprocket. I don't know what are other words for that, but just spanking it, just slapping it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, I need a body bag. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I feel as though, could it be true? Sure. Guys are gross. No offense, but you're gross. You're gross. Do I wonder, just because this house dislikes him so much, that just hearing these things, and if Jed's bed's here, and, I believe if Jed's here with Latoya, and quite a few beds down is Kiefer and Josh, how did he know? Did he get up? Did he inspect it? Did he help him? How did he know? So I feel as though this is a rumor that is just what they're doing to Josh. Maybe because even Latoya's like, maybe he was having a wet dream. Maybe he was having a sexy dream. Okay. There's a lot of, sexy. Maybe he was having a sex dream about himself. He's got nice hair. But yeah, that's what and then they were all laughing. And I'm like, oh God. Unless you have proof, unless you saw him do it, you got up and you went over there and you pulled up the covers and you're like, hey, having fun there, bud? Yeah, it looks like your little guy's pretty excited there. Need a towel? Then maybe don't talk about it because it's on television. And it's quite a claim because it's not only embarrassing, but it's, for Kiefer, it would be really upsetting for anyone in a bed with someone who was pleasuring themselves and you didn't consent to them pleasuring them. If you share a bed, you kind of got to consent to any kind of sexual act that happens in it, right? I'd be disgusted. But who is Stu? Stu is Kyle. They call him Stu. I think he does look like a Stu. Choking the chicken. Yeah, he was choking the chicken, allegedly. But I don't know if I believe it. But Stu is Kyle, you guys. They just are coming up with nicknames. Jerk and Josh. If that picks up, oh my God, wow. Legally Leah, hello. Jolene's watching. I'm interested in another show I have no plans on watching again. You should probably watch it, Legally Leah. It's really good. Joleen, are you on YouTube too? If so, have you gone live there? Apparently you can add up to 4 people now. What? Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these allegations are just allegations at this point. And Josh hasn't even been able to answer for himself. At least Jed could have went to Josh and been like, were you jerking it? Were you pumping your dumping last night? Were you squeezing the juice? What were you doing? But no, he didn't. They didn't ask him about the handy. Okay. So Josh admitted that if he had the chance to burn everyone's letters from home, he would do it, which is even more of a reason to keep him in the house because that would be entertaining. And I don't know who he said that to, but he said it. He thinks it's boring when the House votes unanimously. We talked about that yesterday. More reason the audience wants him to stay because it is boring when everyone votes with the House. Voting with the House is so boring. So boring. He was talking about his dream about those whales that were dying. Maybe that's why he was oh my gosh, Jess. Maybe he was moaning for the whales. He was just like, all these beautiful whales. I make noises in my sleep. Like I said, sometimes I snort myself awake, Sometimes you toot in your sleep. It's just, you can't always, yeah. Love these later lives, Julie. Thank you, F4. Thank you. Kyle and Jedson in the hot tub doing what now? Apparently they might have kissed. I think it was probably like they were playing Never Have I Ever, and I didn't see it. I saw Never Have I Ever. They were playing the game. And it was funny when Latoya got in. They're like, okay, Latoya, we're doing Never Have I Ever. We're doing Never Have I Ever. Okay, do it. She's like, they're like, oh, you like what? Like, come on, give us a good one, Latoya. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna give a good one. Oh gosh, Never Have I Ever. They're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good. Never. Oh, anal. What is it? And she's like, Never Have I Ever went camping. Oh, and then the game ended shortly after that. But apparently Kyle, aka Stu, and Jed kissed. So maybe it was a dare. Maybe it was Never Have I Ever. Maybe somebody saw this. I don't know. So yeah. Oh wow. You can add 4 people to your Instagram live now. That's amazing. Hopefully they improve the audio, because then if one talks and the other, and it's just kind of a hot mess. Yeah, but that is fascinating. So, yeah, so that's what they're saying. They said that they had a little kiss, but I don't know. I don't think it was anything. Who knows? But I didn't see it, but I did hear about it, and the house guests were talking about it. But I bet it was one of those like, oh my god, you dare me to kiss him? Okay. And then you put your hand there and you're like, move your hand, add your tongue. You know you want to. Just please. Okay. Josh has questioned whether he was having a conversation, I think, with like Beth or somebody, and he questioned whether he's on the spectrum and autistic. And he revealed that, yes, in a convo with Beth today. So I found that to be interesting. And then Josh admitted to Kiefer that he has negative info about Rohan, he might have to release to the house if Austin puts Ro up as a replacement nomination during Monday's POV ceremony. Oh my God, release. Spill, Joshy, spill. I can't wait to find out. I hope it's not stupid. Like, he wants to align with Tina and Tara. And we're like, we know. That's not that big of a deal. I hope it's really good and juicy. And I hope it blows up the house. This is why we need Josh. He makes it so much more interesting. Oh my gosh. Was this before or after the Beth Jed kiss? I'm not sure, Jess. I'm not sure. But apparently, because I didn't get to see the Beth and Jed kiss. Maybe you guys saw it, but they kissed too. So maybe it was just like a kissing party. Maybe they were playing, spin the hot tub nozzle. And if it lands on you, then you got to kiss. I'm not sure. But hands kissing, showers here we come. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Does Jed like Latoya? I don't think she likes him. I think he would definitely, like I said earlier, hook up with Latoya. I think it's up to Latoya, and we will see. So, yeah, Josh is just killing it. Now, speaking of Latoya, what you need to know. Latoya wants to have a straightforward week. She does not want to ruffle any feathers. She thinks it's too risky to vote Ro out this week. That's what she says, but she's went back a couple times. But now she's like, nope, I already told him. She said, I won't make this mistake again, but I already talked to Ro and promised him I wouldn't vote him out. But it's Big Brother. We'll forgive you. It's just Ro. No offense. I'm sure he's fantastic, but do we have any Ro stands? If you are in the chat, let me know, but I haven't really seen any. Yeah. Oh, would Austin ever put up Jed? No, I don't think so. Now, if Jed continues to hook up with other girls, maybe. Yeah. But as of now, no. Okay. So she doesn't trust Kyle at all. She is on to Kyle. She sees him. She sees his game. She sees his observer lurker game, and she fears it. Like, she's like, we don't have to get out Ro. We got to get out Kyle. Because there was a lot of talk in the house today saying Ro is basically nothing without Kyle. Poor Ro. He's nothing without Kyle. And both she and Kiefer want Kyle out before Rohan, or before jury. So, and before Ro, yeah. So she will not vote Ro out this week over Josh because Josh is too big of a wild card. We kind of talked about that earlier. And last night there was a conversation in the bedroom, and she was, after she had her shower where she toweled off, but I think she t-shirted off, right? She had to use a t-shirt. Then he's like, "You're going to be so wet in bed." And she's like, "Maybe I will." And he's like, "Cool." Jed was very excited by that. And then they talked about just the tip. They're all laughing. They're like, "Just the tip." And she said she has climaxed before with just the tip. And they were like, "Oh." So there was this whole just the tip conversation that if you missed it, you haven't went to middle school yet, because it was a very junior high thing. Latoya said if she wins HOH, she told this to Tina, she wants Kyle out, but she might have to backdoor him. So, this Kyle Latoya showdown, I want it to happen next week. I want it to happen now. I cannot wait. Okay. Next up, Kiefer. Kiefer's having a rough time. So Kiefer is the current POV winner, if you didn't already know that. What you need to know about Mr. Kiefer, he farts from all the peanut butter he's eating. And he just is a toot machine. He's tooting. And he says things, very dad-like things, like came out as it came in, sticky. And you're like, ugh, yuck. Kiefer's afraid, he voiced today on the feeds, that he's afraid Julie's fans are going to hate him for the role he played in Julie's eviction, because everyone thinks they were the mastermind of Julie's eviction. Kiefer does, Josh does, Latoya does, but who really was? I thought it was Latoya, but I think Kiefer's taking credit for it now. So I guess we'll see in the upcoming episode, because hopefully they show that how that all went down, the flip, and the fight between Josh and Julie. Kiefer admitted his team sucks, but he picked them because he wanted the most diverse team. So he basically picked everyone like, okay, you're not like this person, you're not like this person. He wanted the most diverse team. That's what he wanted. But if he could go back and do it again, he would make some different choices. Obviously, he wouldn't pick Josh. He said Kiefer wants to get Kyle out before jury, like I talked about, same as Latoya. He sees Kyle's game. Kiefer wants to keep Josh as a pawn. So Kiefer was really pushing this flip because he's like, we can use Josh, put him on the block next to people, kind of use him as a pawn, use him as a shield, and vote Ro out this week. He's trying to convince the 6 that this is the best move. But like I said, a lot of the 6 aren't here for it, but I wish they were. He showed a lot of butt crack today. A lot of butt crack. Every time he moved over, they're talking on the couch, it was like full. I saw all of his butt crack. So that I thought was had a lot to do with strategy and game that you guys must know. Kiefer says, this is something. Now, I think a lot of people in the house have probably thought about, do I have anything out there that people I could get in trouble for? Kiefer said on the feeds that he has a dark sense of humor, which we've seen little pieces of his dark sense of humor. And he says, I worry that my buddies have recorded me going off on some weird rant. And then the feed's cut. So he was saying that he's worried that something might come out of him on these weird rants. Can you imagine Kiefer just drunk? I mean, who knows what these dudes talk about? And who knows if any of his friends are really his friends and are going to leak something. But the fact that he brought that up and then the feeds cut the same way when Jedson was talking about Josh's alleged jerkin, like Moore said, they cut the feeds. They cut the feeds so much on BBCAN. So much. After being on the block for 13 hours, he's like Carol's Comedy Corner, because we always find a way to bring up Carol from BB8, how she feels like she's a survivor of Big Brother Canada 8. Okay, she put in her bio that she's a survivor, you guys, because she was held hostage there, getting a great opportunity to be on a television show that you signed up for. Okay, where everyone was like, you can leave. And she's like, not yet, on my own terms. My foot hurts, or whatever hurt on her back, for pussy in her crack. So he feels the same way about his being on the block. Kiefer, unfortunately, has been, I was tweeting about this earlier today, he's been kind of disappointing me. It's he has referred to Austin as a bitch too many times. And one is too many times because it's a game and she can totally put you on the block. And she did have reason to. And she's a young woman. And what's the point of calling her a bitch? And Latoya had to be like, don't say that. So he definitely wants revenge. You know, I think Austin represents that type of woman to him, maybe in his head, that, you know, he has this built up resentment for because of his own insecurities, maybe someone he wouldn't approach or something like that. So yeah, so I don't like that. And I thought Mr. Matriarchy. Oh, I grew up in the matriarchy. I'm matriarchal. Oh, I love women. You know, you always got to be weary. When dudes love women, they don't have to say it. They just love them. They just treat them with respect. But it's always the dudes that are like, I love women. Oh, they're the best. And they're the ones that are like, stupid bitch. And you're like, wait a minute. You're supposed to be an ally. So yeah, we know us women, we know, we see you, we know those type of dudes, those fake feminist dudes who are like, I love women. And you're like, you're the creepiest guy I know. So maybe love us a little less because you're kind of love. No, thank you. So I definitely didn't. Oops, my cat is laying on the computer. Sorry, guys. I definitely didn't like that aspect of that. I think there's a lot of, just watching him on the feeds, there is some inner anger in the Kiefer. And a lot of cocky. But he's a radio DJ. I worked in radio for a while. And let's say there is a bloated sense of self-importance, much like comedy that I'm in now. A lot of people think their poo-poo don't stink. They're like, I'm the greatest. Not really. So, okay. So he's already like, something might come out about this dude. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there since he's mentioning it. Now I'm like, now I'm wondering. Okay. But he said after being on the block for 13 hours, he's like, F everybody. If he wins HOH, he'd put up Austin and Victoria, which pisses me off so much because Victoria, when he was on the block for the 13 hours, you know, she had his back. She was trying to help him. And he's like, I think I know what I'm doing. And she's like, oh, I'm just telling you. And he's like, thank you. And she was going around the house getting information for him, only for him to then rat Victoria out to Latoya. So I think a big reason why Latoya doesn't like Victoria is because of Kiefer. Because Victoria was trying to get information for Kiefer. She wants him to stay. I think she really likes Kiefer as a person. And she'll say, yeah, like Kiefer said, or, you know, like thinks of him as a friend and an ally. And then he went back to Latoya and was like, yeah, Victoria was doing some spy work for me. I mean, he didn't say it in that way, but that could be why, you know, even more so Latoya doesn't like Victoria, which sucks because Victoria's been nothing but loyal and cool to him. But I could see it fine. You go back, you tell Latoya, whatever, it's Big Brother. But to put her on the block for what? And he said he has reasons. He has reasons. Listen, okay, Austin, fine. She put you up, you put her up, tit for tat. Oh my gosh, my cat is completely laying. Sorry, Tilly. She's gonna cry. Sorry. Say hi. It's okay. You can sit on my lap. I'm sorry. Okay. But so yes, you can put Austin up if you want to, because he's real big mad about that. But to put freaking Victoria up for what? What'd she do? Let me know if I missed something. But that seems really, poor Jess. Jess says, I'm so disappointed in my draft options. Believe me, I have been there. I'm not disappointed in mine yet because I have Victoria and I have Ty and Tara. I think Tara could disappoint me. But we're riding with it. Apparently Ty and Beth were cuddling, then the feeds cut. Yes, Ty and Beth are in bed right now cuddling. They had plans to cuddle. They made plans to cuddle. They solidified the plans, and then they went through with the plans. So, and I think Jed, you know, he's just like, yeah, we kissed in the hot tub. And then, you know, Beth is just like, hells yeah, now I'm going to go cuddle with your friend at night. And I'm going to flirt with you during the day. And she said this is part of her strategy. So, yeah. I know. I'm sorry. I know. Whoa. Did that say Holly Beth trigger warning, Joe? Sorry. I should have trigger warning that. I didn't expect to see it go like that, but my cat sat on my computer. King Cash says, I always wondered, did fans hate big alliances or just the people in them this season? Lets me know it's just big alliances. I don't hate this big alliance at all. I like all the people in this alliance besides Kiefer. He's not my fave. But I like Tina, I like Latoya, I like Ty, and I like Jed okay. Jed and Kiefer aren't my faves, but I like all the other ones. But it does suck when there's a big alliance that just swoops through the house. But if there's two alliances, like if you look at like a BB6 from the US, where there were two sides of the house and they're battling each other, I like that. But when one side just kind of takes over, that's what we don't like. I love what you did with what you need to know facts. Thank you, Giggly Robot. Thank you. Okay, so when he said he was putting a Vic, I'm just like, oh my God, this is the dumbest thing, but whatever. Your game. Sink your own ship, buddy. Victoria will not, I don't think she'll forgive him for that. And he did another thing today where he forgot he was talking to Ty and Josh in the couches in like the game room area. And somehow he just forgot Josh didn't get voted out yet. Cause he's like, yeah, what if the twist is, cause they're kind of going back and forth speculating what they think is going to happen. After this eviction, will someone come back in the house? A lot of people think Julie's going to come back and then whoever's evicted is going to come back, or maybe they're waiting on two people from a previous season are going to come back. Will the team thing, they think the team thing will be over this week, but I don't know if it's going to be over. So he said, oh, well, yeah, maybe Julie and Josh will come back in the house and they'll get to be team captains and repick teams. And Josh is like, I'm still here. We haven't even had the POV ceremony. Are you serious? Like, he's like, really? Kiefer's like, oh, sorry. Yeah. And then he went outside with the guys, Kiefer did, and was just like, yeah, I guess I feel kind of bad. Because Jed actually checked him. I did like that about Jed. Was like, you can't get so cocky. Kiefer, his thing is, he's going to want credit. He has a lot of things, like he has a lot to prove. He thinks he has a lot to prove. So that kind of lower self-esteem that he feels makes him believe he has to prove something to these like fit, cool people, because he's mentioned a lot about issues with his body and stuff like that, which totally relatable and understandable. But unfortunately, I think he overcompensates for that with this cockiness, and that could bite him in the butt for sure. Because nobody wants to work with cocky people, and cocky people are dangerous because they want credit and they want to go tell everyone what they did. But you got to be confident, but not cocky, and own your moves, but not always talk about them. Maybe let someone else take the credit, because your goal is getting to the end and winning. So yeah, that was an awkward moment this morning. Now, Jedson, listen, we heard about a kiss later with him and Kyle, aka Stu, and then there were this house loves to touch each other. They love rubbing each other. But Josh will be like, I'll give someone a back rub. And they're like, no, I'm good. I don't like being touched. But then anyone else offers, they're like, yes. Oh my God, I love harder. Or Josh is like, I just want chickens. So this screen grab and the possible kiss, maybe this is the showmance we've been waiting for. So Jed said he heard, like we said, the stroking and the moaning, the jerking off, allegedly. He received a rub down from Stu, may have kissed Stu in the hot tub, and told Josh to quit yawning while talking. So everyone is just trying to regulate how Josh lives his life in the house, even though Stu, his alleged kiss partner, is the one who yawns more than anyone in the house. Okay. Then we have Ty. What you need to know. Production called Ty Jed yesterday. Yeah. That's what he shared with like Kiefer and some of the others when they were talking. That production called Ty Jed. And he responded like, oh, so we all look alike, huh? Yeah. That's what they did. Because Braden was talking. Everyone thinks Braden is going to be, this like big. People love Braden. He's got a great personality, but they think like his sayings are going to catch on. There's probably all these hashtags for Braden, and Braden's like, no one will even remember my name. They'll probably be like, oh, are you Ty, you Jed? And then Ty said, oh, just like they did to me yesterday, but referring to production, when they called me Jed. So. And then Ty and Beth, I put this earlier tonight, plan to cuddle tonight. They're doing it. Not like, but they're like spooning. So here's Bethy. She's got her little sleep shorts on. She's like, where's my earrings? Oh my God. I'm Beth, sugar. And then she says she hates candy, but I feel like she's on candy. And then they just like spoon. So big spoon Ty, little spoon Beth. And then I'm sure Beth will be like, let's flip over and I'll flip you over. And I'm going to just pretend to hump you. It'll be funny. She'll do something like that. She'll probably fart on him, I feel like. Because she came in the house, remember? Just like, my pits stink. Oh my God, I'm so quirky. So I feel like Beth might do something like that. Speaking of Beth, here's a Holly Beth slide for you. What you need to know. Beth is in a flirtmance with Jed and Ty. We talked about this a little earlier. She admitted to feeders that she's using her flirting as a strategy to keep the guys close. Which, listen, if she can do this successfully without catching feelings, awesome. But something tells me she's not going to be able to do that. She doesn't strike me as that kind. Holly Beth, if you will, is the type that's like, I'm cool. I'm the cool girl. I don't have feelings like other girls. Other girls are like crazy. Not me. I'm not crazy. And then she's at your door with a knife, allegedly. Do you know what I mean? We all have feelings and it's okay. And you don't have to be the cool girl. But this is something she'll learn later in life. She's only 27 years old. She'll learn later that don't compare yourself to other women. Don't try to be the cool girl because it's okay to have feelings. And nobody wants to be the cool girl. Feel how you feel. You know, or she's like, I'm the only girl that can hang out boogers, farts. And it's not really fun. Having girlfriends is way more fun. Yeah. Getting along with your own gender is like so cool. It's really, really fun. So I don't know if she'll be able to do this. She'll be able to have this just strict flirtmance and not fall in love or get jelly. Yeah. So she admitted to feeders, she talked to the feeds today, that she's using her flirting as strategy to keep the guys close. More power to you, Bethy, if you can. But I don't know. She said she kissed Jed in the hot tub tonight and plans to cuddle Ty at bed, which we said she's currently doing. She's also cut a callus off Ty's foot and wanted to bite it a little. You can follow Jess on Twitter, and she was tweeting about that live as it happened. Jess said, seriously, she's playing a good game right now. The fact that she can play these boys, respect you. By the way, she was cutting Ty's 7-year-old callus. Yeah, apparently he has this old callus, and she was just like, yeah, I love calluses. Crunchy. Ruffles have ridges. You know, that's my impression of Beth. She's a lot. But if she can, Jess, if she can do this and play these dudes, it'd be one thing, but I don't think she's going to be able to. I think she's going to catch a little bit of feelings. I just don't see that happening. But if she can, I will say good job, and I will take back that she can't, obviously, but I don't see her. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that. Yes. So, okay. So Beth outed the flip to her alliance before it was finalized to everyone, and that pissed Tina off because Tina's like, who the okay, Beth told me, I don't know why I'm doing a southern accent with Tina, because she's Canadian, okay? You gotta like Minnesotan, you know, it's just different areas of Canada, Newfoundland, okay? She was like, Beth knows before I know. I'm not down with that, okay? This is Tina. I'm blue line. She's on the bench. You know, she's a zygote. She's not even born when I'm playing this damn game, okay? So nobody puts Tina in the corner. Nobody puts Tina in the corner. Oh God, I love Tina. I love her so much. I don't like that she doesn't want to vote out Roe, but I just love her so much. So nobody put Tina in the corner, okay? They try to put me on the bench, and I say, I'm getting out there. I guarantee Tina's a defender, right? She's not a forward. She's not a wing. She's a defender in hockey, right? She strikes me as a defender, but I could be wrong. But I am from the state of hockey, so I don't know. I'm probably right. Okay, Kiefer. So that's what's going on with her. Now, Roe turns 27 today because technically it's Monday for all of us, I think, now. And so he was thrown in the ball pit. He was just tossed by his good friend Stu, a.k.a. Kyle, and Jed. They did this. They counted to 27 while doing this. And then Jed's like, it hurts. I'm like, just drop him. And I didn't know how little Roe was. He's a little guy. He's petite. He's my goal weight. So he's a good $130. He's my goal weight for sure. Yeah. I mean, I can't get to 130. That's really, if I was 130, oh gosh, I would only I wouldn't even be here right now. I would just be out there going, guess my weight to everybody. But no, he's pretty little, and his power comes from Kyle, according to the house, like we talked about. He's turning 27, so happy birthday. Threw him in the ball pit. He was playing pool with Tina, like I said. He found the nail, and there's 2 nails on the floor, and so he saves people as well. He loves Kyle, and he knows he's going on the block. And so him and Kyle are just trying to pull in people into their alliance and see what happens. And he's talking, he's playing a lot of games, a lot of pool. He loves the dudes. He loves the dude sandwich. Just loves being around the dudes. Where's the dudes? And a little bit of Tina, but more dudes. Him and Beth were sitting close by each other today. I could see Ro and Beth being a thing before Beth and any of the other guys. I could honestly see that happening. So he will be put on the block. We'll see how he reacts. Hopefully he reacts poorly. And then they vote him out and Josh stays to cause corruption within the house and good feeds. Or Josh could team up with like a Victoria. I know they're not on the best of terms right now, but eventually they'll need each other. These people that aren't in the 6 are going to need each other. So yeah. Brayden, everybody's favorite Brayden. Here's him in the ball pit. He's so cute. What you need to know, everybody loves him. He's besties with Austin. Obviously, they're not hiding it. He has the best sayings, according to the house guest. They're just like, oh my God, Brayden, I love you. You're like so great. He's sitting very well socially, where they do pair him and Austin together, which as a duo, which could be an issue down the road. But his social game is just so on point right now that I think he's going to be safe for a while. And him and Kiefer think the house guests deserve a party because they're so entertaining. Because this week was so entertaining. Whoa. Yes, give them alcohol so we see what happens with the fees. But let's not start thinking we're that entertaining. We haven't even seen the Julie episode yet, okay, with the flip. We need another flip. We need a flip and on a flip and on a flip. Okay, it's only been 1 week technically. So you can't just be like, oh my God, Canada's probably loving us. We're so funny. Everything's changing. Not yet. So far, it's a lot of PB&J farts and one big alliance. I mean, it's good. I'm not saying the season isn't good, but you got a lot more to do, a lot more to prove, you guys. So Rowan's giving you Love Island vibes. Yes, him and Jed for sure. Ro is a Pisces. Ooh. Beth and Austin drama. I can see it. I can see it too. Right now they get along really well, but unfortunately we women, we are conditioned to fight over dudes, and what a waste of time. If there's any younger women following me, watching me, subscribe to me, never fight over a man. Just give him up. Say, go, sir. You go live your life. High five the girl and say good luck, and then move on with your life. It's the best thing you can do for your psyche. Don't fight. Don't chase. Goodbye. You don't want to stay. Bye-bye. See you later. It's never worth it. Maybe you and the girl become friends. Go, let's both dump him at the same time. High five girl power. Just never fight over dudes. Oh, gosh. No, please don't. Okay. Brayden is my saving grace. Yes, that's a good draft pick. Good. He's doing very well. I don't think Ro is unattractive at all. He's little. Like, he's too little for me. Like, my husband's like right there in the bed, so awkward. But also cock block. But he wears cardigans, really nice. But I can't be married to someone who's my goal weight either, like he's kind of shorter. I'm like a 6 footer. You got to be 6 feet or above to ride. You know what I mean? Like if I had one of those signs like they do at the roller coaster, he would be like, or no, he'd be like this. And I'd be like, sorry, Ro, which I'm sure he's just dying to hook up with me for sure. Let's see, either Josh or Ro could try to blow up someone's game. Yeah, we'll see if Ro is this evil villain strategist he claimed to be in his preseason interview. So far, I haven't seen it. But he could be laying low for a little bit. But I would like him to turn it up. Turn it up, please. Do we know why everyone wants Josh out? Like, is there a reason or does nobody like him? The only reason they give Joshua, and also nice name, and support a Josh near you, is because of the first week. And of what happened with the flip with Julie. and he got a little paranoid, and he shared some information with Julie. Then she got paranoid. And that's it. That's the only reason. And they think he's creepy. Here's the thing. Here's another thing I don't necessarily like about Beth, you guys. I also think her name doesn't help her. You know, all the Holly Beths and the Beths, I'm not a fan. But I think she says, oh my God, he hugs me all the time. He's just like hugging me. And this is like, oh my God, pick up the social cues. But then today they're hugging and cuddle, like her and Josh are hugging, cuddling. So I'm like, what is it? Which is it? Do you want him to, huh? I feel like Beth is just willy-nilly. She'll over here, over there, you know. But to say that he has boundary issues while you're hugging him and actively hugging him, and I've never heard her say don't hug or put out that vibe. And I'm someone who's very, like, I definitely want people to feel comfortable. And understand sometimes you're not able to voice that you're uncomfortable. But it does not look like she's uncomfortable. So she's putting it out that like, oh my Josh is so weird. He like wants to hug me. And then she goes and hugs him. And then she's hugging everybody. So it doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me at all. And then Austin, God bless Austin, but she is like, it's just annoying because he like is always telling me how beautiful I am. Like, hey, beautiful. And I'm like, okay, but like, I only have one eyelash on, so you're like a liar. Like, I can't take someone always telling me I'm beautiful. Literally, Josh does this thing. He walks around and is like, hey, beautiful, hey, gorgeous, whatever. He's just trying to be nice. Like, he's just like, but Braden, he says the same stuff to them. Same stuff, but it's different because they don't like Josh, you know? I could see how, I mean, it could be annoying, but it's such a double standard because you have other people that they are like, oh, it's so cool that this person says, hey, gorgeous. But if that's the worst thing that this dude does is just do that thing that is like almost stereotypical to be like, hey, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. Like, of course, not everyone's gorgeous. And when people are like, hey, gorgeous, I'm not like, I'm gorgeous. Like, I don't go, tell me how. I just go, thanks. Oh my gosh, I'm not. Shut up. But the fact that that was her reason, like, oh my God, what Josh has done to Austin is he's told her he wants to work with her. He'll do anything to stay, you know, and that she's beautiful. In my Big Brother book, you would stay because I don't think Ro has told her either of those things. So I'd be like, oh, you're on an island all by yourself and you're going to call me beautiful, whether you mean it or not. I don't give a shit. And if I don't want you to call me beautiful, I'll straight up tell you. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm hoping that this happens, Jess, that he gets paranoid, that Ro gets paranoid being on the block, do a Nico and be the first self-eviction. It would be, I don't see him doing the self-eviction, but I'm hoping he gets paranoid enough that it pisses Latoya off because that's all that needs to happen. Because there was a moment when he was first put on, or when it was first speculated that he might go on the block, and he thought Latoya knew something about it. He was like, well, what did they say? She's like, nothing. I don't. She's like, well, how? Latoya likes straight shooters. She doesn't want anyone who's too emotional. So if Ro pulls that stuff and Josh remains somewhat cool, Latoya will flip. She will flip and she will talk everybody into flipping. So that's what I'm hoping Ro does. So yeah, you would think you'd want him to like be your little bestie and, you know, talk to you. That's all Josh wants to do at this point. He's like, please, someone talk to me about freaking chickens. And everyone's like, gross. No. While they're eating eggs. So I don't know. And I think that is the last slide, you guys. That brings us to the last slide, which means that's the end of the live. Oh my goodness. Hour and 18 minutes. I told my husband it won't even be that long. It's not going to be that long at all. And he's like, sure. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully, let me know if you liked my little slideshow and if I should do it in the future. It is kind of a lot of work, but it was kind of fun. So when I can, I will definitely do it because I know it does help to have visuals. And I wish I could just watch the live feeds with you guys without getting a copyright strike and we could react and have all the fun in the world. But that unfortunately is never probably going to happen. Do you think Julie would be interested in joining you for an interview? I don't know. I don't know, Julie. Here's the thing with the Big Brother cast. They are contracted to certain for a certain amount of time, because I had people from All Stars that we're going to venture over here and do an interview on the dark side. And there's only certain podcasts and YouTube channels that are approved. So right now they could go on, like Rob has a podcast. They can go on Carter, Matt, and Jess. Those are approved podcasts. I'm not an approved global or whatever the production company is podcast or live. So I don't think she would be able to, but if she ever wanted to, she's more than welcome to come over here, because I would love to hear from her. But unfortunately, they have to wait a certain amount of time before they can actually talk to people who aren't the bigger, cleaner channels. That's the best way I can put it. Bigger, cleaner, right? Yeah, they have like way more subs than me, and they're like way cleaner than me. For sure, I'm talking about jerking it. So I don't know. Do more slideshows. Okay, you guys like the slideshows. All right. Them earrings dangling, baby girl. I love these earrings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's that about that, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this late night live. There'll be more late night lives to come and more earlier timed lives to come. Tomorrow, we have an episode of BBCAN. So I'll be going live after the episode. It might be a little bit later because me and Nana, if you watch me and my mom, we cover 90 Day Fiance, and tomorrow is 90 Day with Nana, which is one of my favorite days of the week, where we break down 90 Day Fiance. And then later that night, I will break down the episode, the newest episode of BBCAN. So make sure you guys give this a like on your way out. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. I want to get to 20K by BBUS. Is it possible? I don't know, but why not? Manifest shit. I'll sub to you. Well, whatever you guys, you got things you want to do and manifest, let me know. I'll put good shit out into the world for you, right? Why not? We like small and dirty, Jolene. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we love 90 Day with Nana Rawan. So join us tomorrow, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, right here for 90 Day with Nana, where we keep it dirty and funny. You guys are wonderful and awesome. Make sure you're following me on social media if you're not already. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. I hope you have a great day, a great Monday, and you're safe and healthy and well. Talk to you guys later. Bye.